Do you want to learn how to record on Switch? Method number one is clicking that like button. I'm going to be showing you two different ways to record from your Nintendo Switch. First method is the most practical for a lot of you out there, and the second method is going to be the best overall way to record footage on the Nintendo Switch. By the way, if you guys have any questions during this video whatsoever, feel free to ask me below in the comments, or you can ask me live on Twitch. I'll leave links in the description to everything you need. So method number one, I disagree with. However, if you're balling on a budget, then this is probably going to be the best way for you to do it. What you want to do is actually use your phone.
Is he, sirs?
Now, hear me out. I know a lot of people are going to be like, wow, Cody, this method is so bad. Yes, I understand. However, I know not a lot of you are going to be able to do the second method, so if you're really strapped for cash or whatever, this is going to be the method for you, and let me explain why. It's not as bad as you might think. If you have a mini tripod laying around, or you don't even have that, you have a stack of books, any way that you can get like a nice angle of just kind of like propping up your Nintendo Switch. For this instance, I'm just using like my keyboard, but that would be fine because my Switch is not moving whatsoever, and then what I would get is, I don't know, like a stack of books or something, or this box, and I put my phone down and I just kind of lean it up against there. Anything that you can get like to hold and capture in front of the screen and make it steady. And then next thing you want to do is turn off all the lights except the Nintendo Switch. And honestly, you're gonna get a pretty decent result just from like how jank the setup is. The cons are that the audio is gonna be pretty trash because the audio needs to come from your Nintendo Switch speakers and they get fed through your phone mic. However, most phones nowadays have like a pretty good resolution and quality to the point where if you can get it steady, it's gonna look pretty freaking good. I give it a pro for the actual like functionality of it and not really needing that much in order to do it. Cons for the audio being trash and not being as good as the second method. So the second way is honestly my favorite way and what every professional uses when they record footage. And that's going to be getting yourself one of these bad boys. This is a capture card, and let me explain what it does. A capture card is basically the middleman between your console and your computer. So you need both your console, whether that be a Switch, an Xbox, a PS5, or whatever you got, and you need a computer, a PC, a desktop, whatever you have. If you need anything that I mentioned in this video, everything's linked in the description down below, including the best gaming laptops and the capture cards. Now, what this does is it takes the footage from your console, it brings it to here, and it sends it to your computer. So that way, you'll be able to pick up all of the footage directly from your console. Now, the one that I'm using, this is the HD60S. This gives 1080p and 60 frames per second. It's pretty much a standard nowadays. However, you need a USB 3.0. If you're asking yourself what a USB 3.0 is, 90% of like modern computers and laptops have it. If you see a blue USB on your computer or laptop, then that's going to be the USB 3.0. The reason why you need that for this specific model is because it has instant game view. That's the reason why I picked this one up versus any other model. With the instant game view, you actually don't even need another TV to plug into besides your computer monitor because the footage is going directly to your computer and it's popping up instantaneously. So that way I don't even actually need to plug into an additional TV. I just play right off my computer monitor. So let's see how to set this bad boy up. Keep your Nintendo Switch plugged in, and what you're gonna do, instead of taking that HDMI cord and putting it into your TV like normal, you're gonna take that plug and put it into the HDMI in of the Elgato. Now you'll see that there's a little micro USB on the Elgato. You plug that into your computer. That's where the video footage is going to be sent. So actually, that HDMI out on the Elgato really doesn't matter if you are streaming from your computer monitor because that's where the video is going to be coming out. But if you want to stream it to a TV or something that's not your computer monitor, then that's when you would take an HDMI cable and plug it from the HDMI out of the Elgato, and then you would plug that into a TV. So if you want to like on the big screen, then you go ahead and do that. So that way you can both see it on your computer, which is getting recorded, as well as having it on the TV. All right, so now that we have the capture card plugged in, when you got your capture card, you should have gotten some software. If you didn't, just Google Elgato Game Capture HD software, and it should give you something like this. So we're going to go ahead and open up our Game Capture HD, which is this piece of software right here. You can see that it recognizes our device. Game Capture HD60S is the model I'm using. You can use the Plus if you'd like. Right now, it's capturing our Switch. So all I have to do, grab my Switch controllers, and you can see that we're moving around. And now let's just say continue. You can see that it's picking it up, so that's all good and great. So that's half the battle. So now that we have our game captured, and by the way, if you want to mess with some settings, click this little cogwheel right here, and then you're going to have a bunch of different settings. So if you're having trouble getting the picture going up, you can mess with all this stuff here. Here are my settings if that helps for your audio input. You can change it to like 1080p. You can make it high definition. You can change the quality. You can do a whole bunch of other stuff. Mainly this comes down to when you're using like retro games, but if you're having any trouble, mess around with these settings and tweak it until you get what you like. You can also mess around with the picture, the audio. You can make different profiles. So like if you have like your retro stuff plugged and you want a different profile, you can go ahead and switch in through there. Once we have this set up, you're going to want to make it full screen. So you just right click this little area here, enter full screen, and then you still have these annoying stuff on the side. Just right click it again, hide sidebar. So now that we have this, let's head over into our streaming software. So after editing this video, I realized if you just want the gaming footage, like you just want the raw footage, you could just record in the Elgato software. Hit that little red record button in the bottom left corner. I know a lot of you are going to be using this for like YouTube videos, so you're going to want your webcam, you're going to want to do some wacky stuff with the screen most of the time, so that's why I'm going to break off into using Streamlabs OBS. By the way, if you guys don't know how to use that software, I'll leave a card in the top right corner. Watch that video, learn how to do all the basics very quickly in my short tutorial, come back to this video and it'll make a little bit more sense. Okay, now that we have Streamlabs OBS all set up and plugged in, I'm going to have this on a nice blank slate for you. So this is a brand new scene. So in order to capture our game on our Nintendo Switch and our capture card, let's go ahead and add a new source. And then we're going to go ahead and do a window capture. I believe you could use a game capture as well, but I'm going to do window capture for this. So go ahead, open up a window capture, add the source. We're going to add a new source. Or let's call it Elgato Game Capture, because this is going to work for anything that's plugged into our Elgato. So we're going to add the source, and then now we're going to change our window and change it to Game Capture HD right here, this little bad boy. And right now we're going to hit done. And right now, there you go. That's our game. If you wanted to just stream like that, then you could just hit go ahead and go live, and then start streaming all that stuff. Make sure you got your game audio. Every time I move, you can see the little action happening by the speaker right there. So we're getting our game audio. If you're not getting game audio, go ahead, go to settings, go to audio, and then you can go ahead and change whatever your desktop audio device is until you get the game audio capture source. Now let's go ahead and set up our webcam. So let's just go hit plus. Video capture device, if you got a webcam, add source, and then here's my webcam right here. And then we'll add the source, and then we can make it smaller, and then we can go ahead and put it in the corner. We can start up our game, and we'll just start it up. As you can see, our game audio is going through right there. And now, I'll just wait for it to load up real quick. So as far as changing where the files are actually stored after you start recording, go ahead and click the cogwheel, the settings in the bottom left corner. Go ahead and click output. And then now you can hit the little recording tab. So this is going to be all the different settings you can mess with in terms of the bit rate and all that jazz. But the most important one that I'm worried about right now is the recording path. So like after you hit this little record button in the bottom right corner, and then you're done recording, you click it again to stop the recording, this is going to be the area where it is. So it's going to be on my E drive under videos under a folder in Streamlabs recordings. And if you want to change that, just hit browse and then pick the new folder that you want to save it to. So I know that everything's good there. You can change the audio if you want to, the audio bit rate, but I'm not going to mess with that. So let's just hit done. And then when you're ready to record, and right now I am already recording for this video, obviously, but you would click this little red record button down here. It'll say you want to record, yes. If it doesn't ask, then it just starts going. You can tell if it's recording if you see this little timer going, and then when you're done recording, you just hit the record button again and it'll stop the recording. It's really quite that simple. If you want to learn what the best gaming laptops are or anything else related to Twitch, I'll leave those on my end screen. Check out those videos and I'll see you in the next one.